Okay. All right, now they're starting to record. Huh?
I'm still working on my. Are you gonna be heading back here? San Antonio. Okay. I was thinking about Austin. When I'm there, I'll visit. It's 6th Street. Jazz are all.
All right, Win, don't blow that over.
I almost changed into a dream. And we saw it.
We were going to I had to go put it away. Well, please come on in, folks. We're ready to start. Please come in. Folks, come on in. Come on, let's fill the seats. Please come in. Ready for one? Don't hit the phone.
I won't touch your phone. Oh. How's the house? Did you deck it out more?
First time in a long time. I
Still-
forgot to take my phone on my jack and go me about 6.
Okay, yeah. Too much. Yeah, the downstairs is nice. And the deck, you guys did such a good job. The deck was so freaking nice. No joke.
There's chairs. Please come in. Everybody is one person. There's a stool. If anybody wants a stool.
No, I think it's it's probably
Feeding for family.
Thank you for signing.
That's all.
No.
Carlos, or not you, it's been about 2 years. He's enjoying this. The other one left around. Oh no. I remember last time I was here, you guys talking about that. He was like talking about house and such. It was my mom. Oh, they're live. They're just listening to our conversation. I'm
Looking at your phone. Huh? Oh, that's me. We're not starting because we're waiting on yours. You know where the sign is? You'll see all the problems.
No, I just talked to him. He's 10 minutes away.
Can get one of the kids to huh? They live underground to me.
We're so.
Not looking at the ground. Yeah, they can see all the way out to those guys.
I was surprised too. I was looking at it. I was like, hey, boy, that is picking everybody up out there.
Okay. Who are you volunteering?
It's like,
Who they want?
how's it rainbow?
See if one of them wants to see the camera.
I think it's nice. There's so many in Italy. Like the have you seen the drop bomb? That's like sick. I don't know if I would do it.
Yeah, that eyes. They're not blurry.
Community is old.
Wanna do it?
Yeah.
I got it.
You're gonna do it?
Sure.
Alright, so it's gonna start out there and then it's gonna go to the flag ceremony.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Could have been like these seats, come in closer, don't be shy so you can hear. Please come in close, come on. We can't start till all 4 seats are filled. You wanna stand there? Come on. There you go. So, Charles served in the United States Air Force, retired as a captain. The honor guard is here to render honors. We're going to have honors. And it is customary during the playing of taps. During tap. Also, anyone who's ever served in uniform, you may also present hand salute so you can be recognized as one who's having served this country in uniform. If able, would you please rise? Honor guard. successful. Very appropriate. Thank you all for gathering here today. We gathered together for several reasons. We gathered to remember, to honor, to celebrate his life. 94 years old, greatest generation. We grieve together, we comfort each other. I believe the Lord is present, our comfort as well, our shepherd. And so it's good and helpful to be together. Every life is precious. All of our lives is a gift from God. And he was much loved. Old-time church preachers that I read about one time, Mark Marty asked at a time like this, what's the meaning of life? And it was a good question. His answer was one word, love. To love and to be loved. So Charles was loved. You loved him, he loved you. That's a good enough reason to have a service. Besides memory, comforting, and having the military. And so he was much loved. Let me ask another favor of you. This is important, and that's not to forget his family. Family and friends gathered here. And maybe in the days and weeks to come, give each other a call. Check in. How you doing? Thinking of you. Mike, how you doing? That's important. So I hope you guys will do that. So one reason we gather is we're naturally grieved, naturally sad, loss of a loved one. And so at a time like this, we experience a lot of emotions. This is a very emotional time. That's a hard time. There may be tears, there may be sadness, there may be questions, there may be hurt, there may be anger. All that is normal. In our service today, we want to establish the significance of his life and the significance of your loss as well. It is so true that grieving goes with loving. You love someone, and they die, it hurts. It hurts a lot. I think we could say grieving is the cost of loving. We open ourselves up and build a relationship, a family member and a friend, they die, and it hurts. Someone once said grieving is as natural as crying when you were hurt, sleeping when you're tired, eating when you're hungry, or sneezing when your nose itches. It's God's way of feeling. So I want you all to know that this is a safe place to express those emotions, those feelings, it's therapeutic, it's okay. And so we know that we comfort one another by being here. We know that God is our comforter. New Testament, 2 Corinthians, the Apostle Paul reminds us that God is the God of all comfort. He says, Father of all compassion. And so that's helpful to know that he's our shepherd, our helper, comfort. We're also here to remember and to celebrate life. And that's important too. Someone once said, some people come to our lives and quickly go. Others stay a while, leave their footprints on our hearts, and we're never the same. I think he left his footprints on a few hearts, 94, don't you? So I want to share just a few things in his life. We can't do 94 years all day. There's too much. But I want to share a few things. Then we're going to open it up and ask if any of you would like to have a word or two. You might want to share how he influenced your life, how he left his footprints on your heart. So be thinking about that. We'll get that. Is there a gathering afterwards to be together for? That's a good time to share too. But anyone in this service, if you have a few words that would be helpful, please think about doing it. So he was born on April 5th, 1929. Something happened in October of 1929 in New York City. They called it Black Thursday. What was that? Wall Street collapsed, brought in the Great Depression. So he was born the year of the Great Depression, influenced the whole world. And so he's called the greatest generation. And there's so many wonderful things about Charles's great generation. They were people who were tough in many ways. They worked hard. They had social skills. You know, there used to be a dress code, and that generation did more of that. And work ethic. There were so many things. They were do-it-yourselfers. You know, the washing machine breaks down, you don't call a repairman. You do it yourself. And he was kind of a DIY, isn't it? Yeah. And think of all the changes that he saw in life in 94 years. The world has changed, mainly in technology, but in many ways. Anybody know who was president of the United States 94 years ago when Charles was born? Pretty close. It's after that. CC. Calvin. Pretty close, though. Yeah, and he lived to see 17 different presidents in the United States. Probably didn't agree with them. No, he didn't. And they had, they didn't have a color TV or Wi-Fi or computer, but they knew how to have fun. They were tough, and they had great music. They had the radio and the theater of the mind. You did have color TV. I remember those. That was back in the early 60s. And so they did have great music. Big band, Glenn Miller, some of their songs, Moonlight Serenade, Little Brown Jug, Pennsylvania 65000. Music you can actually understand the words to. Like some music today. They had great music. And so he loved his family, loved his friends, served this country. United States Air Force. I'm retired from the Air Force. It was an honor for me to officiate a service for our Air Force officer. And so he was also an outgoing man, and I heard a no-nonsense guy. Right? I'd like to open our service with a brief word of prayer, which is now with you. Loving God, as we gather here, we thank you for Charles's life. We thank you for everyone here. We ask your peace, your strength, your comfort, oh God, God of all comfort. Bless this family, bless these friends. In the name of Christ we pray. You have in your memorial folder the one passage that I would like to read briefly. The Lord is my shepherd, Psalm 23. And it's in your folder. And I like the 23rd Psalm because it is indeed a word of comfort. But also the 23rd Psalm, written by King David, David of the Bible, over 3,000 years ago, he wrote this. And every word is still relevant and timely for today. And he wrote about his life and his relationship with God, his shepherd, of course. But he wrote 3 words that describe the world he lived in 3,000 years ago in ancient Israel. And if you know the psalm, it's here for you. These 3 words are what? Well, he writes, the valley of the shadow of death. I will fear no. The table before me in the presence of enemies, death, evil enemies. That kind of sounds like our book today. Those words are really relevant for today. And in 94 years, he encountered those realities, I'm sure. So there's a reality of evil in our world. But there's another reality in the psalm in the very first one. And this other reality outweighs, checkmates the reality of evil. He writes, Lord is my shepherd. What does the shepherd do? Right, and the flock beats the eye protection. The shepherd is always present. He doesn't say, well, it's Friday evening, I'm going to go to the pub. No, he's always, our shepherd is with us. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leadeth me into the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff takes comfort in me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. Step up to what we profess. So God is a shepherd and comforting, loving. God is always on your side. We need to be on his side as well. But he is always a loving God. And I like in Isaiah 40 where Isaiah says that he holds the lambs with his heart, close to his breast. He shepherds those who have young. You see, I get a picture of God saying, I'm here. Hold me. Let me hold you. Let me come. That is our desire. So I wanted to share some things of Charles' life. And to do that, I picked this one verse, and it has to do with the name. You know, we all have given a the name at birth, and we're living with it, and names are important. We have a reputation. We're known by our name. When you hear his name, you think of the kind of man he was, his personality, his character traits. And this passage is Proverbs 22:1, where the writer says, Solomon says, a good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver. My translation, it's better to have a good reputation, a good name among family and friends than to win the powerful. Well, I'd kind of like to win the powerful, but riches are fleeting. Well, he had his share though. He did good, didn't he? But he also had a good name. To be esteemed is better than silver. That word esteem means to be honored, to be respected. So we're here to honor his life. And names have meanings. Now, Charles, I'm sorry, is not Irish. Maginnis is. Charles is from the French and English and German. It means man or army. It should mean Air Force. But that's his name. It means man or army.